It's
Terrible.
Nah, that shit funny.
But yeah, season 2, gentlemen,
We done made it.
we
Season 2.
made it. We recorded 24 episodes, edited by Triz over here. Deepest bow. Man, sitting on some of them sessions, I'm like, this a lot of work. This dude is doing this a lot of work. So like halfway through the first season or towards the end of the first season, we introduced the starting five. So I think it's only right that we're starting season 2 off. We should start off by drafting our starting five. But I want to say this going forward. I know last season we tried to put all of our starting five in certain films. I think we should open it up
That shit was
and
tough.
be like, you can put all, or maybe you could select, like you would pull somebody off the bench to go into the game.
Got
So
you.
maybe it's
Okay.
just 1 or 2 of your starting five that would go in and you would switch up the movie with. So I think we should have that kind of framework for our
Even
starting
though I
five.
felt like my starting five was hidden, but don't ask me who was in it because I do not remember at this point. But
I remember.
Yeah.
He had Nicole Bahiri, Jeffrey Wright, Jamie Foxx. Was it Tessa? It was Tessa.
Tessa.
And his director was Ava DuVernay.
Damn, that's a starting five.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I can keep mine. Shit.
Yeah, but trying to make what was the movie? Brown Sugar?
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know about that one.
Yeah,
I made it work.
Yours was the closest.
You had
yours
the
was
craziest
the best.
starting
Yeah, I made it
five.
work.
My man had Alfred Woodard, Denzel, Daniel Kaluuya,
And Regina Hall,
and Regina Hall.
director Ryan Coogler.
Yeah.
That's the movie. It just wasn't any of those movies.
For Boomerang?
No, I mean not for any of those movies. But I'm just saying, if Ryan Coogler had a new movie out and that was the cast, y'all going to see that.
All right.
Y'all don't fuck with them?
No, I do. I'm over here. I'm just impressed by this nigga's memory. I can't remember what I ate yesterday. This nigga remembers some shit weeks ago, just running it the fuck down. That's crazy.
He remembers shit from preschool.
I gotta do some brain exercises or something.
Get you some crossword
I gotta do
puzzles.
something, bro. Oh my God.
And then yours?
I had Daniel Detweiler, Taraji. I had Lakeith Stanfield and John David Washington with Jordan Peele.
Jordan Peele as the director.
And then we had to redo Love Jones.
And
Tough.
that one was tough.
Because
of Peele.
Yeah, because of Peele.
Anybody else would have made it work. Peele was gonna fuck it up.
He could have added some.
Peele was gonna fuck up
put
Love
some
Jones.
twang on it.
He was gonna put something on it,
yeah,
some
he
little special on it.
He was gonna fuck up the movie.
So yeah, I got a different strategy now because last time I was just going with people whose work I like, but now I'm trying to actually build a team. You don't just go out and get all the superstars. They don't
Right.
always win you championships. So I think, yeah, I think I'm
Okay.
gonna be better this season. So I feel like you should start off. You had the last pick
Okay, what are we starting with?
last time. You start with whoever you want to go with. So if you feel like you absolutely need your director and one of us might take it, draft your
You better
director
take
first.
your director.
Okay.
We just
Well,
gonna go down.
I'll start at director then. I'm going to take Fuqua.
I don't know why I knew that. I don't know why I knew you was about to say Fuqua.
I thought about that for a hot second. Okay. Oh, I should be writing this down, right?
Yeah, unless you got a memory like Trez.
I don't. I do not. All right. Trees. Lord. All right, Trees got Fuqua. Antoine Fuqua. What is it about Antoine Fuqua that made you draft him, Trees?
The movies that he like the movies that he direct, they're some of my favorites. I don't feel like it's anything. I know you always talk about like a director's flex and all of that. He just makes movies. I don't think he does anything extra. It's nothing that's in there. It's like, I could have did without that. Like all his shit is just to the point. Here it is, and it's dope.
Okay. I feel like he does a little. He has some style. He has some style. He has some slick shots in his movies. You can't do three equalizers and not have no slick shit in it, you know. All right. Lloyd.
I'm gonna go ahead and steal from who you had last time at director. You, Causey. I'm looking at you.
He ain't taking nobody off my list.
Yeah. Yeah, his list is safe. I'm gonna go ahead and take Coogler, man.
Okay.
I'm gonna take Coogler as my director. I mean, he has no misses so far in his career. And just watching, after Sinners came out, just watching all of his interviews and just seeing his, passion and respect and appreciation and his approach to the craft and to each picture and to the individual crew members and how he just treats his cast and crew and, just how he approaches stories and things of that nature. I probably, if it was one that we could, franchise tag, if we, get into some sports stuff, Coogler would probably be my franchise tag. I bet the house on Coogler every time.
All right. That's a good pick. I didn't use him well on my team. I mean, I only had a couple games, so
right.
I didn't have, much time with him. All right. So I'm gonna take a little left turn.
He's taking Forrest Whitaker.
No, not that big of a left turn. I'm gonna start with director since that's what we're doing. But the guy that I'm going with is mostly known for TV and music videos. But I'm picking him because I think with his work on TV, he's shown that he can do like dark, heavy shit, but also the light comedy. So in case I have to redo a Boomerang,
right,
I might have some hope. But I'm going with Hiro Mura, who was the leading director on Atlanta. He directed some episodes on Mr. and Mrs. Smith, did all of Childish Gambino's music videos.
Okay. So he's definitely creative.
Right. He's very creative.
I thought he was going to take Hype Williams. He said
Man,
music videos. I'm like,
yeah.
what is he?
No, I was thinking about it. It was between him and Gina Prince Blythewood. And I was just like, I still like his style. So we talk about that flex. He'd definitely be flexing. So yeah. So I'm going with Hiro Mura. I think I'm saying his name right. Apologies if I'm not. Triz, your next draft pick. So we
we did Snake, didn't we? Then went back around.
I mean,
it doesn't matter. I mean, it's fine.
Yeah, you can go back that way.
I ain't concerned. Y'all ain't taking none of my picks.
I'm gonna take somebody that I had. Can I take somebody I had the last time?
You do
Absolutely.
whatever you want.
I'm gonna take Lakeith again.
Damn it.
You gonna steal Lakeith?
Taking Lakeith again.
Bet you wish we'd have went Snake over
I
this
sure
time.
do. I sure do. Okay, I got some. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
And Lakeith, what's?
I feel like he can play any character, whether it's somebody that's shady, somebody that's got all of this mysteriousness to him, or he could just be like, I think he could be the lead as well.
That's why I had him on my list. All right.
That is fair.
Lloyd.
I'm sorry, y'all know I'm going with I think the greatest on the planet. I'm taking Jamie Foxx for my lead actor. I mean, I think we know well enough why.
Did you see the verses? Did you see him pop out on the verses?
I watched some of that, man. They clown. They had a good time on that, man. That turtleneck. I bet Tyrese don't wear another turtleneck for a minute.
No,
man, he was
that
on
shit
his
is
ass.
funny.
Dog.
And as a turtleneck wearing nigga, I was like, damn,
Listen.
do I need to put my turtlenecks up?
Bruh. Nope.
But I don't know, Tank. So
Right.
you keep rocking mine. That shit was funny.
Yeah, I'm definitely taking Jamie Foxx.
All right. Actor. I think I'm gonna go with Damson Idris. I was trying to find somebody that complements Hero's style that I know can work in his world. And even though he had like a small part in Swarm, he seemed like he fits that kind of offbeat, approach that heroes, a lot of hero stuff material has. So I'm gonna go with Damson Idris.
See, it's funny. I should have took him because I was hoping he'd be around to pair him with, Jamie, even though I mean, not pair him with Jamie, but I guess pair him with Jamie.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I guess pair him with Jamie. But I was gonna take Jamie second because I didn't think y'all was gonna steal him, but I was just always going Jamie
Yeah.
first.
Trez, you got one actor and two actresses left.
All right. I'm gonna go with an actress now. And I'm gonna take Tika Sumpter.
Okay.
Seen her in a wide, variety of different roles. I think she got pretty good range.
All right. I ain't mad at it. Lloyd, actor and two actresses left.
All right, I think I'm gonna go for the actor. I pray I'm saying his first name correct, but Ian Noel. He was in Insecure, a couple other things. But yeah, I think he's one of those guys that's solid. He could probably play a multitude of different characters, different genres. Um, yeah, I'd like to see what he could do out there.
Who is-
Directed by Coogler.
Who was he in?
He was the Daniel.
Daniel. Yep.
Oh,
Daniel.
okay.
Insecure. Yep.
Okay.
Not mad at that.
All right.
Yeah, I think he's pretty solid.
All right. For actress, I'm going to go with actress as well. I'm going to pick Jamie Lawson. She's hot right now. I think,
That boy over there burning up. Look at his face.
her and Damson, you can pair
That'd be
them very
nice.
well.
That'd be nice.
She's proven
Yeah,
that
would
she
be
can
fire,
do,
actually.
like the darker, heavier material with Sinners. So if Hero wants to go that route, if we need to pivot and go serious and dark, we got it. So yeah, I'm going with Jamie Lawson. Triz, you got one actor and one actress.
All right, I'm gonna finish off with the actresses, and I'm gonna take my girl that got stolen from me the last time.
You got it, bro. I wasn't gonna take
Talk about
her.
Nicole.
Oh, Nicole Bahiri.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. All right. We like Nicole. We are fans of Nicole on
Absolutely.
the pod.
1000%.
Mhm.
Waiting for the new season of the morning show. They're getting
1000%.
cast. They're casting folks. I'm like, all right, let's go.
I'm taking one of her castmates from the morning show. I am. Don't tell me you had her
No,
on your
I
list.
didn't,
Oh,
but
okay.
now I
'Cause
feel
you
like
know
I
which
should have
one.
now.
Which one?
Karen Pittman.
Karen Pittman. You
You
damn
should.
right.
You should. You 100% should.
Karen Pittman. It's my turn anyway.
Oh, you motherfucker.
So he
yeah.
can't. He can't. He 100% can't.
No, Karen.
Karen held it down.
She one of the ones
impressed.
where now if I see her on something, I'm watching.
I'm
it.
watching it.
After
Bro,
the
you
morning
gotta
show
check out the morning
and
show.
I gotta
dog.
Forever.
get past the first
Yep,
season.
and Forever.
yeah.
And Forever,
I
I'm
didn't
like,
I was pissed off at her in
Oh,
Forever.
she made me so mad on there.
But the morning show, oh man,
yeah.
she held it down.
Like I feel like her performance on the morning show and Nicole Bahari's, they're a little bit more like subtle and natural
Mm-hmm.
because it does have like a soap opera type of feel.
Which
and
one? The morning show?
The morning show, like
I wouldn't go soap opera.
not
And then,
not
'cause-
that far, but
Yeah.
it's like they lay it on pretty thick. Like
They
some of the plot lines are
For
just
sure,
like
I can agree with
yo,
that.
it's
I remember
out
you
there.
told me that going into it. So,
yeah, it's a little out there.
But yeah, no, definitely. But just them two, Nicole and Karen, just their characters. I don't care what nobody else on that show, what they dealing with, what they going through. Y'all second, third, and fourth to whatever they got going on. Take the back seat. I don't care.
We could replace Jennifer Aniston and Reese Witherspoon.
Please.
Let's move them to the side and make it the Karen Pittman, Nicole Bahari
We
show.
could do that for sure. And
You
what
got
was,
me.
what was my man, the weatherman?
Oh yeah, I forget his name.
I
but
can't
yeah.
think of his name. Yeah, keep him though.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna stick with actresses because I feel like they could go. I got my list here. Oh, okay. Okay. I think I got my pair. So, okay, my second actress is gonna be Danielle Deadweiler.
She cold.
No facts.
She cold.
She cold. I mean, we talked about her because you drafted her.
I drafted her. Yeah,
last time.
I almost did again this time. She's so cold.
And another reason is she did a guest spot on Atlanta. Like, I feel like she's known for more serious, heavy shit. Till, but she did a spot on Atlanta. I think it was the Champagne Poppy episode where they were supposed to be at Drake's
at the mansion.
Yeah.
and I forget who the character was, but she was going off on some white woman that was with a black dude. Hilarious. So I feel like she fits in this world that Hero is cultivating, that I'm cultivating through Hero. So I'm going with Danielle.
Super fan.
Yep. Yes. And she's going to be the lead in Ryan Coogler's X-Files reboot.
Yeah, I saw that.
I'm
here for it.
I didn't watch the original, but I'm watching this one.
I'm here for it.
I've seen episodes of the original, but I'm here for this one, so I'm ready for it. All right, Triz, your last pick is your second actor.
This one is a toss-up, but I'm going to go ahead and take Daniel Kaluuya.
Keeping Kaluuya.
Yeah.
It's funny because I almost feel like I want to just to do something different. I kind of almost want to switch Jamie out, but I think I'm out.
I wanted to pick him the first time, so like I had it written down where I was going to take him first, and then Lakeith. But then I went John David Washington. Then Marcus took on. I'm like, you motherfucker. It was him and a toss up between one other person for this time.
Who was the other person?
Aldis Hodge.
Oh yeah,
I like Aldis.
Yeah, I do too.
See, I'm kind of on the fence. I kind of want to go with Double R for and take Jamie.
Double R.
Ron Rieko.
Oh.
If I'm saying that correctly, but Ron Rieko Lee.
I mean, if
we can circle back after we drive.
Yeah, let's circle back on that.
Okay.
But my last actress.
Yes, sir.
You can go ahead, and it's funny because
you did.
I have.
You did. It's two actors.
It's funny because I'm on the fence between the two I want to take here, but I think I want to go with the one that I know is a little bit different from the rest of the group that I've picked. So I'm gonna go with Jessica Williams.
That's a good pick.
I'm gonna go with Jessica Williams.
That's a good pick.
I like Jessica Williams.
I love Jessica Williams.
She's on this show on Apple TV that I
Shrinking.
watch. Yes,
I love it.
You watch it?
Yeah.
Oh shit! She is hilarious on that show.
Fucking funny, dog.
Yeah,
nigga. All of them are hilarious, bro. Her and Harrison, though, I be crying.
Hell yeah! No, that's one of my shows that I just kind of started watching, just kind of on some bored shit, and now I'm like, shit.
I'm finna watch everything.
When the next season?
I fuck with Shrinking.
No, they have great chemistry.
100%.
And this last season, Damon Wayans Jr. was on it. I hope they bring him back. I hope they kind of pursue that a little bit more.
I think she got that quirky comedy goofball, compared to all the seriousness that I got lined up on my roster. So,
all right. My last pick is Donald Glover for actor.
That's a good one.
For the same reason.
You took your director?
I took my director. I feel like he could go either way. Didn't buy him as like a leading man, even though he leads in Atlanta. It still just felt more like just kind of quirky ensemble piece. But Mr. and Mrs. Smith, I was like, oh shit,
Buddy Cole.
He can do it. He can do it. So, and I just feel like all of them could work well together. I'm trying not to make the same mistake I made.
I will say, I think this draft, I think the teams were better selected.
Oh yeah, more thoughtful.
Better selected.
We have a better understanding of how we can incorporate them too. So versus all five got a sub.
Because everybody that was picked were like great. Yeah.
They just didn't necessarily
cohesively fit a certain remake.
Yeah.
All right, so are you You sticking with Jamie or you?
I'm gonna stick with Jamie. I'm gonna
Okay.
stick with Jamie.
Okay.
Just because I know, like, I've got my Oscar lead right there. If all else fails, he's enough to, and I
He can
believe
literally
in
do it all.
everybody else on that cast that I have that can, deliver what they need to do. But Jamie can do it all.
Yep.
So I'm gonna stay with Jamie.
All right. So to recap, Triz, starting 5, director Antoine Fuqua, actors Lakeith Stanfield and Daniel Kaluuya. Oh, a little Judas and the Black Messiah reunion. I like that. Actresses Tika Sumpter and Nicole Bahari. Lloyd, director Ryan Coogler. Actors Jamie Foxx and Ian Noel. Actresses Karen Pittman and Jessica Williams. Yours truly, director Hiro Mira. Actors Damson Idris and Donald Glover. Actresses Jamie Lawson and Danielle Deadweiler. All right, so, these are our starting 5 as we go through the season. We'll see if certain films that we're discussing, if it's better with Lloyd's starting 5, my starting 5, or Triz's starting 5, or maybe just a few players here and there. Just sprinkle them in there, and we'll talk about if this makes the film better. So that is our starting 5 for season 2. Boom. Welcome back to season 2 of the Locked Picture Podcast, where we discuss all things film and a little TV too. I'm your host, Marcus, and I got my brothers in the studio, Triz and Lloyd. And before we jump into anything, hit that subscribe button and join the Locked Picture Podcast family. Please and thank you. Michael B. Jordan won the gold at this year's Oscars for Best Leading Actor for his performance in Sinners, becoming only the 6th Black man and 7th Black actor to win a leading acting Oscar. So, in the spirit of March Madness and the upcoming NBA playoffs, we have created the Locked Picture Podcast Black Lead Acting Oscar Winner Tournament. This will consist of several battles for best acting performance between these giant actors. So the performances that we'll be analyzing are Sidney Poitier for Lilies in the Field, Denzel Washington for Training Day, Jamie Foxx for Ray, Forrest Whitaker in The Last King of Scotland, Will Smith in King Richard, Michael B. Jordan in Sinners, and the sole Black Best Actress winner, Halle Berry in Monsters Ball. And we'll analyze these performances until we unveil the Locked Picture Podcast winner for the ultimate lead Black acting Oscar winner and present them with the Poitier Award for Best Lead Performance. How does that sound, gentlemen? Y'all ready?
Fly
I'm
right
ready.
there.
I'm ready.
Y'all ready? All right. So today's battle is the number 1 seed, Mr. Sidney Poitier, who won Best Actor in 1964. And the 7th seed, Michael B. Jordan, who just won this past year for Sinners. So just a little recap. In Lilies of the Field, Sidney Poitier plays a traveling handyman who comes across a group of German nuns who want to build a chapel in rural Arizona. And so he stops and he helps them. And, there's character development and growth and all that good stuff along the way. And then in Sinners, Michael B. Jordan plays twins who returned to 1932 Mississippi Delta to build a juke joint where they find evil lurking in the darkness. Let's go. All right, gentlemen. We have Poitier versus MBJ. So let's start off with just initial reactions for Lilies of the Field. Sidney Poitier and Lilies of the Field. You can give your general reactions to the films, but remember, when judging, we are judging the job of acting. So, initial thoughts for Lilies of the Field. Was this your first time? Have you seen it before? Have you heard of it?
It was definitely my first time watching it. Hadn't heard of it, until we talked about everything and looking up the history of who won and seeing what they won for and all of that. So yeah, this is my first time watching it.
Okay.
My initial reaction was not much has changed since 1964 with him winning. I didn't think he did anything that was like spectacular. So I wasn't like I wasn't thoroughly impressed. Like he didn't do anything to wow me as far as like acting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lord.
I agree. I agree 100%. That was my first time seeing it. Definitely. I've heard the name before, obviously doing some research for, other things and stuff like that. But first time sitting down watching it, kudos. I was not overly impressed. I was not impressed. I won't even say overly impressed at all. I mean, I guess the more we get into this episode, we'll talk about why. But yeah, just
and
kudos.
How familiar are you guys with like Sidney Poitier's work? Like, have you seen a lot?
Seen a few things.
A few, yeah. I'm not
right
greatly familiar with his work.
Yeah. I had seen it. The first time I saw it was probably like in high school when I went through my whole deep dive into like Oscar history and started watching all these performances and finding the DVDs at random stores. So this one I had in my collection. And it was one of those, during the initial watch, it was one of those films where I didn't know if it was because I was so far removed from the time and it was in black and white, if I just couldn't fully appreciate, what it was doing or the story it was trying to tell. And, but then I ended up discovering other films from that era or before that I really loved and would like put on. So I'm like, oh, maybe this just isn't my type of movie. And I would say like his style isn't necessarily the style of acting I prefer. I talk a lot about Marlon Brando. That's the kind of, when I think of film acting from back in the day, that's what I picture. So it was different. I wouldn't say that I liked it. I haven't seen any of the other nominees that he was up against, so I couldn't say like
I was looking for him last night.
Same thing I said,
like
but I've seen other things from that era, and I'm like, okay,
right.
I think it's one of his more subtle performances, if you can call it that.
Yeah.
And because like what I picture with Sidney Poitier is like in the heat of the night, where it's just like it's super dramatic, and he's like, they call me Mr. Tibbs, and he didn't go that hard. So I was like, I appreciated that upon this rewatch. So
why do you think he won?
it was time. You had the civil rights movement going.
You want to know
They
why
just
he
want
won?
to cool some shit down.
You want to know why he won?
Please enlighten me.
Because he was a slave in slacks.
Oh.
Yeah.
See,
he was a slave in slacks.
I didn't see, but I felt
They didn't
like
pay this man.
So help me. Hold on. Let's, before we even get into that, help me, because you said something about the story they're trying to tell. I'm still trying to figure out what that was. What was the story?
Well, I didn't know
the plot.
So I think it was about how people from different backgrounds who don't necessarily, like, literally don't understand each other initially because you had the language barrier,
Mhm.
can come together. And initially he did want to get paid, but then it was like, oh, you know what? I'm going to help you guys out. We're gonna come together. The
But
community
why
ends
are
up
we
coming
cheering for
together.
that? Why are we rooting for that?
Because he built a chapel.
He built Chapo.
He built a chapel.
You know what I'm saying? It's
Amen.
like, my thing is like, every time I say, what's at stake? What does somebody have to lose? What does someone have to gain? What is, like, what is the driving factor into any of their, character stories, their character arcs? What is the driving factor?
Yeah, I mean,
I
his
didn't see
character.
anything for anybody.
His character really didn't have anything to lose. He got his water,
Nor did
and
he have
coulda
anything to
Right.
gain.
His
Well,
car
he
was
coulda-
thirsty.
gained, like, what do you call it? Like when you do a good deed, feel good about doing a good deed and helping somebody out.
Yeah, nah. I
That's
don't
what
know,
I
man.
felt like.
And I guess and that's
He
why I'm
walked
sitting there and I'm
away
watching
with.
this movie and I'm like, none of this makes sense to me. Right? You passing by your joint overheating, you got some water. She finessed you into patching up the roof. Okay, you patch up the roof, you sleeping outside, they barely got food to eat. It's not like you helped them better their entire situation. You built a chapel.
A chapel.
They just got free labor out of him in the heat.
They got free labor, right? Free labor in the heat, but it's like y'all still going to eat 1 egg a day with a cup of milk. Like, there was nothing that, you know what I'm saying? At the end, if we'd have saw more people come around and money being, like something, there was no change. They built a chapel.
They built a chapel, and it felt like, I think what it was you saw the community come together, because even in the end you had the white guy drop off the lumber,
Drop off the bricks and stuff, yeah.
him. Okay,
Well,
you can
that
exclude
was,
him.
But what Juan say? He
But-
paid his insurance. So
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. He had a
Right.
motivation.
And it
He
wasn't
had-
even like a legit out of my heart.
And that's
good
why
deed.
Juan was there. Because Juan was like, I don't know, what if this is real or not, the afterlife, but shit, this is my insurance. I'm doing a good deed. So like you said,
Yeah.
but this is, so I get that for Juan. I get that for the white guy that pulled up with the bricks afterward.
I think it was the same for Homer too,
Because he left and came back.
because
So-
there is a sequel where he comes back to the church, to the chapel. I mean,
Really?
yeah, I just found that out today.
Yeah, they
It's
didn't
with
keep that.
Billy D. Williams is replaced Sidney Poitier.
Hey, well,
it's
Billy D be
literally-
on some shit. I'm like, hold on.
It's
What's it
called
called?
Christmas Lilies of the Field.
Billy D be on some shit.
But
I'm about to look that up.
I didn't feel like he was a slave in slacks, because he could have left. He didn't have to volunteer. He could have left.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, so he basically got finessed into this without the kind of his heart. But we don't have a backstory on who he is, where he was coming from, where he was headed to. So do we know he had real character arc or development? No. So that's why I'm like, it kind of fell flat. I get it for the times or whatever.
At first, I
They
thought he
made
was a
movie.
con man too. I
It
didn't
was
think he
cool.
could build that shit.
Yeah. No, no, there wasn't
There was no real conflict.
no.
There was nothing. So I'm like, okay.
It's just one of those, kumbaya, we all come together and everybody is happy in the end and feels good about themselves. And that's why he walked out singing amen into the night.
I guess.
On
guess.
to the next one,
To get finessed again.
So believability was low then. Character
Extremely
believability.
low. Especially that time, you know what I'm
Black
saying,
man
was
walking
all
up.
going on, right? And that
But see, and this is why I feel like this was going to be a tough battle, because
this is what you call a blowout.
of the time we're in. Like,
I
we're
won't
not
even say the time, because you just said yourself that you've seen other movies from that time that were.
with white characters, though.
I don't give a damn.
Not with
Right.
us.
But it's just the movie that was made, right?
Yeah.
And this is what he's in, this is
And
what
that's
he
what he
won
won
for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just like, okay. Because now my thing is this. Right around the same time period, I don't know the years, but The Apartment.
That
You
was
Yeah.
slide-
5
That's
years
like
later.
two years before.
You slide Sydney into that? Oh, that's some fly shit right
that
there.
would be dope.
That would be crazy.
You
That would
understand
be
what I'm
dope.
saying? And there's a story, there's conflict, there's,
Mhm.
he's up against something, he's trying to, you know what I mean? So I didn't see any of that in Lilies, and
Yeah.
I'm like, all right.
Yeah, it's not Lily's is not.
Because I didn't care if he came back to finish it.
I'm not
It
gonna,
didn't matter.
I'm not gonna trash it. I was
Yeah.
ready to come in here and just go crazy, but I'm like,
But that's the film. We're talking about the job of acting.
So, yeah,
within that
yeah.
world, with the character that was written, you know, what was Sidney doing? Did he do his job? You know, I feel like overall he did his job. It's just
The
so
job
at
he was
some
given to
point,
do.
the
at
job he
some-
was given to do
No,
wasn't.
So, but I'm saying at like any point in the film, like were you moved by any part of his performance, dialogue, anything?
No.
So to me, that's the job of acting. If you're not moved,
But
then he didn't do the job
But
of
I don't
acting.
think it wasn't.
But there was
he didn't
nothing
have
for him
moments.
to do.
Yeah,
There was-
yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. So it's
So-
hard to say he did the job of acting.
What I feel, what I mean by that, or what I appreciate about his performance is just like he did feel like a real guy, just a guy going on about his day, whether or not there was conflict or not. He did feel like a real person, and it didn't feel as like his performance didn't feel as theatrical as I was expecting it for the time. You
Yeah.
know, I was expecting the affected dialect and all of that stuff and the grandstanding, and he didn't have all of that. So I was like, oh, okay, this is cool. He
I
had
knew
some
that.
like leading man charm. I could understand why he was a movie star of his day. You know, I think the movie really does him a disservice. That's
sure.
where
I can agree with that.
because I feel like in the context of the movie, I believe Homer Schmidt or whatever
They kept
was
calling
calling
him
Yeah,
Schmidt.
call him
Yeah.
Schmidt.
is feels like a real guy within the context of
For
the
sure.
of
Yeah,
the
but in
play.
that time, none or not, I don't think any black man is stopping. Yeah, I mean, granted, his car overheated, but it's like by the time you can get out, I'm gone. None or not. At this time, I'm gone. Like you got
Right.
these white people. I'm black. It's 1963.
Yeah.
I'm gone.
So I guess like there's that one trope of the what do they call it? The magical Negro trope or something like
Slave to
that.
slacks.
If that's what you want to call it,
The
Trish,
new
you go
trope
ahead.
alert.
Yeah. That's what I've come to expect from Sidney Poitier, because he was like adamant on not portraying certain characters.
And
So
see,
it was like
I
they
thought
had
about
to be
that
perfect.
too, but he got tricked into that in this role.
Yeah.
Because you didn't want to play, like everybody got on Hattie for playing a mammy, but it's like you pretty much played the same thing by being the helping hand. You just were in slacks.
You volunteered.
You volunteered.
Yeah. You weren't forced to do it.
He wasn't, but it's like, nigga, why?
And then sleeping outside and shit on the ground.
And they was rude as hell.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was extremely rude.
Very
And he just
rude.
took it.
I'd have packed my shit up, get my goddamn toolbox.
Right, get
I'm
my
gone.
hammer. I'm getting the fuck out of here.
I think you could also look at it like, because he seemingly was a wanderer, that gave him some purpose in life too.
I mean, he did get a job out there, you know,
Yeah.
the 2 days.
But I mean, clearly
still.
he had some money already. He didn't get paid from the nuns, but he was going into the little grocery store, coming back with boxes of shit. She was ungrateful for.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, so he already had money. He could have got his water and kept it pushing.
Yeah.
He could have fixed that roof if you want to do a good deed, right?
and
And go
boogie
about
on.
your way.
Yes.
No, he wanted to build a chapel so they can worship.
Now, I didn't understand when he left and he disappeared for them couple of weeks or whatever.
It was
He
like 3
came
weeks, I
back,
think,
yeah, it was
right?
like 3 weeks. And then he came back and he went straight to Wine Little Diner or whatever. He put some ice on his eye.
Somebody beat his ass.
Somebody whooped his
Yeah.
ass.
Somebody got down
Why
on
didn't
him.
we get into that a little bit more? Why don't we know more about that?
I don't know.
Because that's what chased his ass right on
Yeah.
back.
That would have been interesting, a nice little character development moment.
That's what I'm saying,
insight.
right?
Yeah. It all just kind of, a lot of those movies just all seemingly just kind of gloss over a lot of stuff that I feel
See,
like
that
if
you
it was
need to
made
know,
today,
See,
Yeah.
my thing is
we
like,
would dive into that a
when
little
he
bit
left
more.
off, because there was no conflict, there was nothing at stake. So if he would have left off and got to the next area and some people were
Like where he was
traveling
supposed to go.
where he was coming, where he just left and said, yeah, some nuns up there, they got some land. And we told them if they didn't have what they said they were going to build in a certain amount of time, we were coming to take the land and sending them back.
Mhm.
Then he, gets involved, ends up in a fight or whatever, but he rushes back. We got to get this damn chapel built before they send you back across that wall.
Yeah.
And that would have gave it some type of, you know what I'm
Urgency.
saying?
Yeah.
But just even the development, because at first I'm gone. I don't work for nobody but me. I'm independent contractor. I'm gonna go. But you could see him have that. Damn, I want to help them so they don't lose their stuff without the money, without any of this. That would have gave me something to be like, all right, man, go ahead. Is he gonna build this in time? They said they was gonna be there in like another week, something like that. But we got nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, he got the gold. Don't get me wrong, but we
got the gold.
Got nothing.
First one and the only one for like 40 years because Denzel didn't come until.
So either the rest of the movies that year was just awful, or they was trying to quiet down some.
That's what I kind of
civil rights.
I looked it up to
noise.
see, and I know one of the people that got nominated was Paul Newman for something. And I was trying to find that to watch because I know he delivered. You know what I'm saying? And what he
Paul
was
Newman
in.
was cold.
Yeah, it's like I know he got down.
But he was young too because they made him wait. He didn't win until like 86. He was like, I think he was like in his 60s or something like that.
Damn.
But
they just be shitting on everybody.
I think it was just it was time. You had Hattie McDaniel in 1940, and then you have a Sidney Poitier who's coming in and became a bankable star, and it's not offensive. It's easy to sit there and watch and make you feel good because 2 years before that, he did A Raisin in the Sun. There's conflict. You see
and
him dealing with
way
shit.
Better.
Yeah, you see him really dealing with shit, dealing with his family, dealing with the white man, and trying to get some money, make a better life for his family. But they weren't going to touch that. They didn't get any nominations, actually.
For sure. I mean, it's expected.
So then you have Lilies of the Field come along.
So it's the makeup.
I think it's the makeup. And then they don't look back because even if you jump a few years after in 67, he did To Serve with Love. He did Guess Who's Coming to Dinner. And he did In the Heat of the Night. He should have been nominated and probably won for In the Heat of the Night, but they gave it to the racist white sheriff. So he was never nominated again.
Going back, it was because he was the help back in 1963, 1964.
Yeah, I guess I didn't see it from that point or I guess it was just easier for me to swallow because he did it on his own free will. So I didn't look at it like,
No, he was the help.
He wasn't as bad as a mammy, But anyway, let's bring in our opponent, Michael B. Jordan for Sinners. Now, we've talked about Sinners so much on the pod, we don't need to do an initial reaction to the movie, but I do want to jump into where does this performance fall for you guys in the overall Michael B. Jordan catalog? Where does this rank?
For me, it definitely, it's one of his top ones for sure. But for me, it definitely ranks behind his Fruitvale Station with Oscar Grant, and potentially behind, if not tying, his job in Creed.
Okay,
I think those are my favorite performances by Michael B. Jordan. We're talking straight performance, not movie and told, but just straight performance. Those are mine. So
yeah, I think I'm right there too. I struggle with the whole Creed thing. I struggle with if it's because I just love that movie or if it's really the performance. But I would have to go with Oscar Grant being number one. Sinners is going to be my number two, and then throwing Creed with an honorable mention.
Yeah.
For Wallace.
For Wallace.
Justice for Wallace.
I'm going to throw in an honorable mention for Killmonger then, since we doing that one.
All right.
For sure.
All right.
Yeah, for me, you got Oscar Grant. Then you got Sinners. Is
Okay.
number 2.
All right, you got any honorable mentions?
No,
I'm surprised you didn't throw in Just Mercy, the joint he did with
Listen, I
Jamie
knew,
Foxx.
yeah, nah. You give me Fruitvale and Creed, and I'll take on any one of his performances. I don't.
Yeah,
I think those to me are like,
yeah. Creed is such a good movie star performance. To be able to carry a franchise like that, you have to have charisma, and you just gotta be a movie star. I don't know.
but then even just still watching the movie, like I said, you get the impact that Oscar Grant had in real life, and then to see him step into that role, and you get those same chills and delivery from hearing the Oscar Grant story to watching the Oscar Grant story, and then seeing him in Creed, where I was like, shit, do I want to try and box?
Yeah.
Like those are the performances where I'm like, okay, they did their job.
Yeah.
We always talk about the job of acting. I felt like if Adonis was, really out here like that, and I could kick it with him, like hang with him, or I'm inspired. Shit, I want to go box too. So I was like, dog, he really did his job.
He's gonna have your ass like Homer with ice on your eye.
I didn't say box him, nigga. I said,
anybody that's been boxing for a long time.
hey, listen, bro.
Yeah,
Shit.
he did the thing.
Yeah, he did his thing.
All
He did
right,
his
so
job.
let's jump into this showdown. So first up, I have character believability, and with that, we'll include the delivery, voice, dialogue, work, physical presence, all of that. So character believability. Who are you going with out of Poitier and Jordan?
Jordan.
Okay.
Jordan.
Let's
no question.
just expound upon that.
I mean, I think we spoke enough toward Poitier not really having a lot to, as you say, chew on as far as the material goes, to really see or build a character out of whatever the words on that page were for him. There wasn't a lot that, got you moving about who this man was, a traveling handyman, and got swindled into some free work. For me, there wasn't enough there where I'm like, okay, I understand this character. I see it. I can, whether I can relate or whether I, disagree with how they move. There was nothing there for me. Whereas Michael, who played two different characters, distinguishably different from one another, both their own paths, their own plights, and he pulled us emotionally on both sides with each character, without ever, bleeding the lines between the two. So to me, he takes that hands down.
Yeah, no, with that, it's pretty much the same. In Lilies of the Field, he didn't have room to stand out in. So I feel like he got
that big ass nigga stood out all right. He stood the fuck out.
I feel like, he got the short end of the stick with that, since this is what he won for. But like as Lloyd said, just those two different characters and not bleeding over, that's hard to top.
Yeah, I agree. I think Michael B. Jordan takes this. I will say though, Sydney's character does feel like a real person. It's just kind of what you alluded to, Lloyd. You don't really feel for him, I guess is
Right.
the right word, because the stakes aren't high stakes. The stakes
There
are
aren't.
very low. There's nothing to gain or lose really when you really think about it, especially in the way that the twins, the stakes that they're up against. So it's an unfair. I feel like it's an unfair matchup.
It is.
But
And it's crazy seeing that a 7 seed coming in this strong against a 1 seed, speaking, sports wise, but it's the way the cookie crumbles.
Yeah, I mean, those were the types of roles, I guess. We either had that or the mammy back in the day, the
100%.
slave or whatever back in the day. So, talking about emotional range and depth. I'm gotta go with Michael B on this one.
Gotta go with
We
Mike.
already said we felt like Sydney didn't really have much material to chew on, but the one scene that comes to mind when we talk about emotional range and depth is, for me, is when Smoke returns and he's talking with Annie for the first time about why her juju or whatever you want to call it didn't save their baby. Oh man, that one just
It was tough.
that pierced
See?
my heart.
That one definitely did it. But then actually, when you think about it, the flip side with Stack, when they caught up with Sammy at Perline's, you know, at his club, and he asked him about, do y'all ever think about that night? And he was like, yeah, it was the last time I saw the son. Last time I saw my brother. That one hit you too. Like,
Yeah.
damn. You know, granted, they've been running around almost immortal. Shit still ain't sweet, right? They don't age, this, that, and the third, but he lost his brother back then. So, I mean, like I said, man, Michael did such a phenomenal job with both characters and tying emotion to the performance. But yeah, when you mentioned that made me think of that right away. That yeah, right at the end. It says, last time I saw my brother.
What's wild is too, they had no reflection, so he couldn't even look in the mirror and see his
See his-
brother.
Damn, that's deep.
That's tough.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
That's tough.
I got a little side story.
That's tough.
Now I've talked to you guys about not being like a big lover of the Killmonger performance, not as high on it as other people. And I had a friend call me, Caucasian friend called me after the Oscars. And you already know, I told you when you called me, I was going to talk about this on the pod. You were going to be fodder. You were going to be material. So here you are. But yeah, he called me, and now mind you, we've had conversations about Michael B's career, and you know, I've gone through like a list of other actors that I felt like wasn't getting, you know, the shine or the opportunity maybe that Michael B's getting, but that I felt like was just as deserving. And he was like, he didn't deserve to win, did he? And I'm like, you will never get me to say a black man or woman does not deserve their Oscar. We have so many undeserving white actors winning Oscars left and right every year.
Every year.
I am not taking one away from the, 25 or 24 performances. I'm not taking one away. Never. Just wanted to put that out there.
And first of all, who the fuck is you to say what somebody deserve and don't deserve anyway? You on the Academy? No. Do you act, sing, dance, skip, hum? No. The fuck out of here. Yes, he deserved it.
Yes, he deserved.
He deserved
They should've
two
gave
of
him
them.
two. I was
He
gonna say the
deserved
same
two of
thing. He
them.
should have got two.
So we're going with Michael B. Jordan in that category for
Goddamn
emotional
right.
depth and range. The other category I got is chemistry with the other actors, the ensemble.
This is really unfair.
It's really unfair.
This is
unfair.
a blowout.
This is unfair, but like I said, once we get it, you know, to the other
More
the other-
modern
To the
time.
other
More
rounds
modern
and
times,
move
I feel
forward,
like,
for
yeah.
sure, there's some chance there.
because I mean, Sinners had one of the greatest ensembles, and they clearly fed off of each other, loved working with each other, admired
100%.
each other. I mean, watching some of the campaign, Wumi Masaku was campaigning more for Michael B. Jordan than Michael B. Jordan was for himself. She was the one that was telling everybody, you know, about the dimples and how she
Yeah.
could hear who was approaching her and all that stuff. And
Because
he
even when
wasn't talking about it.
even when that's their job, they're still lovers and fans of the craft and of the art. And to see, you know, to see somebody do a performance like that is one thing, but to be in the same room on the same set, working on the same project, I'm pretty sure it's a completely different experience. And to first be a fan, you're always a fan before you're actually in it.
Yeah.
So to be able to see that daily and appreciate that up close, I'm pretty sure that was an experience one you'll never forget, but you just appreciate that as an artist, like, yo, he really went there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's inspiring to the fact that shit, maybe I should dig a little deeper into my bag, but
Mm-hmm.
she definitely was campaigning
Oh,
for him,
yeah.
man.
No,
And,
I'm pretty
and that's
sure.
fly. I love to see that.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah. I'm pretty sure none of the nuns were wild. You know what I'm saying? But like going back to the material, there was like, it was just, okay,
Yeah.
we get back to it. I don't think there was anything major that had to be done for that role.
Well,
No, it does feel like Lilies of the Field felt like anybody you
Could've
could
played.
plopped anybody in
Mhm.
there.
well, that's the
and
thing. There was no real connection to
Yeah.
these people, right? It was just a passerby, and he happened to stumble upon his property, and then he worked with them. There were no emotional ties. There was no, emotional
History.
conflict, no history, nothing
Mhm.
that would provide room for us to actually see chemistry between them. That it just wasn't set up that way, and that was the day and age of the filmmaking and where that the craft was then. So
Mhm.
we give them that little bit of grace, but I mean, if we're still competing and grading, by all means, sinners put belt to ass. So
Yeah.
it is what
Well,
it is.
what do people say about like NBA players? Like if you take the NBA players from like the 60s and put them in the league now,
Yeah, whether
would
they
they
would
even make the league
succeed or
now?
not.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's no.
What are you
No, they not.
So,
they not.
question for you guys: is there any like old school? And when I say old school, I mean like 70s and earlier, not the Larry Birds, not the Magic Johnsons in the 80s or anything like that. Definitely not the Jordans, but anybody pre, was it Showtime, the Showtime Lakers,
Yeah.
pre-Showtime Lakers era basketball players that you feel like could be in the league right now and be successful?
Wilt.
Yeah, that's Russell.
Yeah, Bill Russell.
Bill Russell.
Yeah.
Um,
And is that because of their style? Is that because of their stature?
Wilt was
Their
a freak of
stature, they
nature.
just big as hell,
Yeah.
and just
But
super
don't we
competitive
have
and aggressive.
big guys like that
there's-
now?
But they don't play that way anymore.
Oh.
Like today, if we talking sports, they don't play strong power basketball like they used to.
Mhm.
You got these motherfuckers 6'8", 6'10", 7'13", shooting
Shooting
three
threes,
pointers.
yeah.
Why are you not
flopping.
on the block?
And
right?
flopping.
And you flopping.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we've seen them. You can't hold position in the paint. Everybody crying about a little contact. These were physical. The game was way more physical back in the day. So yeah, no, I think those guys definitely could hold their own for sure.
Okay. All right.
Definitely.
Because there's a few actors that I feel like you could plop them their style of acting into a current movie and it wouldn't miss a beat. And like Marlon Brando is somebody because I feel like that's when he came out. That's what everybody was like. All right, I want to do that.
That's
and now
acting.
we're still seeing that. And to a certain point, Sydney, because he like I say, he does have that like leading man movie star charisma. So I feel like Denzel does a really good job of blending that influence of like a Sidney Poitier and a Marlon Brando into his performance, where you watching Denzel and you like, and this is fucking awesome.
Right.
Mhm.
It's not like he disappeared or anything like that. But so, another thing that stands out between these two, which I feel like really gives Michael B the advantage, is look at the filmmaker he's working with. He's working with a Ryan Coogler. He's working with a black man who understands, his story, who understands him as a person. Sidney Poitier didn't have that um, that that opportunity or that benefit to work with,
Right.
a
Right.
crew.
That would have been crazy to
That would have
see.
that could have changed
What
things.
amazing
what
to
does
see.
that
Because
look like?
also, you talking it's three young black men born in the 80s talking about, believability to a grown man in the 60s.
Right.
Mhm.
We don't know what that life looked like.
That's
We
fair.
can't
That's
imagine
fair.
what that life
Yeah.
looked like.
That's fair.
But at the same time, just on film and performance wise, I think we're doing justice as far as what we saw. And it's our fucking opinion anyway.
Yeah.
So, but just as far as if we had, I guess, more of an insight into what life looked like, not hearsay, but actually experience of life in the 60s. And then we could really be a little bit more credible into saying whether it was believable or not, because we're judging through a lens of 90s forward, whether his character was, believable. Because a lot of that shit, like, bro, I'm not doing it. What the fuck are we doing here? And so many other things come to play, but just film for film, character for character, actor for actor, performance for performance, it's kind of been a landslide for a reason.
Yeah.
I don't see it changing.
I don't
So
see it changing on
No.
any.
the last two categories I had marked out was how do they fit within the film, and risk and originality.
How do they fit into the film?
Yeah, like the acting style, is it aligned with the tone of the film? Are they in the same movie as, everyone else? Do they all feel like they're in the same world?
I can speak, on the positive side for Sydney's.
I was just getting ready to say, yeah.
Because, him being, you had what, 4 or 5 white women, and he's just this black guy, so he couldn't be this super, you know what I'm saying, whatever.
Well, he could have been whatever, right? Like, that's the film. However it was written, that's what he could have been. But I think to the note or whatever, everything fit where it didn't feel like anybody or anything was out of place or out of pocket.
Yeah, and that's what I mean too. And I'm speaking for the times as well.
Right.
Like he played what I feel like would have happened, in that situation back in that time.
See, and that's where I disagree, because I don't know if that shit would have happened. Not what I think, and that's what I'm saying with my lack of me being there.
I mean,
I'm not looking at it as a movie. I'm looking like at that time in the world.
Then I don't think that would have happened at all.
So that's what I'm saying. But as far as how the performances felt, is what I think it was more based upon. The performances of, did they fit together in the same film? I thought so.
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
Well, I believe the character was written for a white man. Homer was written for a white man.
Well, shit, his name's Homer.
Nobody would have watched that.
And Sydney got it because, like I said, Sydney was not interested in really taking on the roles that they were trying to give the black actors.
Because I was going to say, that was another thing too. We felt like, and this is obviously me projecting, if you will, but we felt like they wrote all the best roles for themselves. So if there was a role that seemed clean cut, that was for a white, I want that one. Because you're not going to write me anything. You know what I mean? So,
and having that
I can see that
pressure of feeling like, you got to carry a whole race on your back, or you're a representation of an entire group of people, being the only one or one of two or one of three at the time, So yeah, I agree. He fits within the film. Like, I never sat there and was just like, whoa, that took me out. I felt like it was very cohesive. They all fed off of each other very well. But
I think him and Juan did, for sure.
Oh yeah,
no, they were probably the best too.
The best, and 100%.
But it's just unfair,
right?
You have to compete with sinners,
right?
Where it seemed like everybody is just like locked in. I mean, even the extras, and you have to be when you're trying to. I mean, Ryan Coogler was essentially, doing a circus act. He was walking that tightrope of, any little false move would have taken you out, So everybody had to be, on their A game. Otherwise, it just wouldn't. Some would be, piece would be missing or whatever.
100%.
And then we wrap it up with the risk and originality, which I feel like we already covered this, but you got Michael B playing twins, So the note was, do they make bold choices? Is the performance unique or predictable? Did they reinterpret a familiar type of character if they're playing a familiar type? And I feel like, I know there have been other actors who've portrayed twins.
Yeah.
That's some work when you do it right. And the one
I don't
that
think we've
comes to
seen it
mind
to this extent.
One the other one that comes to mind.
Yeah, Sersky. Legend.
Oh,
Tom
legend.
Hardy,
Yeah,
legend.
for sure. 100%.
Like that's the other
That was
the
amazing.
other twin job where it's like I know the two twins.
Yeah.
And I know what they're about. Like as soon as they
Yeah.
step on screen, I know this is the crazy one. This is, whatever. But that's some hard work.
That is.
And then
That's
you're
a
blending
tough task.
genres. You're, at one point being sort of comic relief with one of the twins. Then you got this whole family dynamic and loss and grief. You got the PTSD.
Yeah, there's
You're
a
navigating
lot.
a lot of different emotions
On the back of playing two
on
different.
and you're playing off of no one.
Yeah.
half
So
the
that's what
time.
I was going to say. Because Legend, you're playing off of No One, the Body Double. But even Legend, correct me if I'm wrong, that was about the
Cray
Cray
twins.
twins.
Yeah.
So that was still based on, so it wasn't
yeah.
completely original.
No.
This is 100% original.
made up.
You don't even have source material.
Yeah.
No.
He just
So
found
that's
people in
why
the
to
South
me,
Mhm.
it's a
went to
step
work.
above Legend
Yeah.
because at least he had them to look to and draw from
I
to say,
I see what you mean.
boom,
Yeah.
boom, boom.
Yep.
There was nothing there for Michael.
Yeah.
He had Coogler, they had to sit there and make all of this.
Yeah.
And that to me, incredible.
I'll give you
The
that.
thing I want to know is the shift afterwards, like after you finish this movie, like breaking away from everything you put into that. Like, what is that like?
Well, he jumped into another movie because he's directing and starring in a remake of the Thomas Crown Affair.
I can't wait to see that because I thought that,
That movie
shit
was
was
amazing.
fly.
Mm-hmm.
It was just fly.
Mhm.
Like, you want to talk about some dope shit? The Thomas Crown Affair is a fly ass film.
And I forget who his leading lady is, but he started work on that right away, and then obviously he built in time so that he could do like the award shows, go to the Oscars and stuff like that. But yeah, he's back.
I can't
He's
wait
back
to see that.
filming
I can't wait
Thomas
to see
Crown.
that.
Yeah, that was gonna be
And
fire.
I don't know if y'all saw this headline because this was getting a lot. This one
Miami Vice?
made the white internet so mad. Yeah, when he went back, I guess he originally agreed to or was in talks to do Miami Vice for like 8 mil or 5 mil. And now he's after the
Oscar
Oscar, he was
winner.
like 18.
18.
Oh, and they so mad.
They mad.
They mad.
Let them be.
Who are
Be
you?
mad.
Let 'em be.
He is Oscar winning.
Right.
Michael B. Jordan.
He's not just Michael B. Jordan anymore. He's Academy
Award winning Michael B.
Michael B.
Jordan.
Jordan.
And any other actor in that position would have did the same
Would've did
damn
the
thing.
same
And I'm
fucking
glad he
thing.
did it.
Yep.
Get your fucking money.
And then if you don't want to pay him the 18 million, then go get fucking Tyler Perry and let him be in Miami Vice. No, I'm just saying.
I know,
like,
I know,
what
but
I'm
I'm
saying?
just like,
go
ooh.
get somebody else then.
That's a different movie.
Go
I ain't gonna see that.
Hey, listen, come on, man. Y'all already know y'all losing a lot of ground with all this other shit that's going on. Play the game the way it's been played for all these years. Y'all ain't had no problem paying nobody else their money when they won. And when they got to other levels,
Yeah.
this man has gone up another level. Pay him his fucking money.
You
gonna get it
It's
back.
deserved.
And he clearly, based off of when you hear other people talk about him, he's clearly a great guy to work with. So it's not
Right.
like he's an asshole too. It's
Exactly.
like, man, fuck you. It's like, no, he seems like a cool dude, about his business.
Down to
very
earth,
respectful,
real humble, respectful.
team
for sure.
player. Give him his money.
Give him his money.
He did the thing. He did all the things. He did the comic book movies. He has several critically acclaimed TV shows under his belt. Did soap operas. He put in the time. And he wasn't even out here begging for this shit. Like Timmy. I'm sorry. You was great, Timmy, but you was begging. You was begging. You was begging. All right, gentlemen. So we have reached the end. I need a vote from each of you. The performance with the most votes moves on to the next round where I believe they will face off with Halle Berry, who had a bye as the
She had to
only
buy.
The only woman.
lead actress winner. So, who is going to duke it out with Halle Berry? Halle Berry.
based on seeding, coming from me, we got an upset. And the 7 seed is moving on.
Okay.
I mean, I know we just had this conversation and whatnot, but I did a little bit more thinking about it, and this might shock y'all. But I'm going with Michael B. Jordan.
Get the fuck out of here.
The fact that Marcus even...
The fact that he fell for it.
I didn't fall for it. I just looked. I'm like,
hold on, wait a minute now.
I knew it was an act.
Michael.
The only possible upset would come from me.
Yeah.
And that ain't happening. We going with Michael B. Jordan. So,
clean sweep.
With all due respect, we named the lead acting award after
absolutely
Sidney Poitier.
Yep.
Because
He's
of his
still the man.
accomplishments.
So
He's
you're
still
not
the
gonna
guy.
win it, but
Everybody's
It's
been
named
chasing
It's
your
named
honor,
after
though.
you.
Right, everybody been chasing you.
It's
It's named
named
your
after
honor.
you. So moving on to the next round to face Halle Berry in Monsters Ball will be Michael B. Jordan in Sinners. All right, gentlemen. Well, that concludes our first battle. Please join us next time where we take on Denzel Washington's fiery performance as a crooked cop in Training Day versus Will Smith's measured performance as a real-life legend maker in King Richard. If you enjoy this content, if you enjoy our conversation, please like, share, comment, and subscribe, and join in on all this good fun. Until next time, remember, movies are when dreams and magic meet reality. Peace.